Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue. Traffic Avenue, the show for me and you. Mondays to Fridays, ooh, the Traffic Avenue.
Flex. Buckle up and join the best. Let's see, relieve your stress. So yes, let the music soothe your soul and keep it going just to refresh. Buckle and enjoy the ride from Citi to
95, 96, 97.3 Citi FM. It doesn't get any better than that.
Detailed news, unparalleled coverage. Citi News on 97.3 FM.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Citi News.
.3 Citi FM. Hello, good evening. Welcome to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. I am Sami Wiafe. Tonight I'm here with
Melody Fafa Botife.
Coming up in the next 1 hour 30 minutes.
Last year, there were very unpleasant moments that affected parents, teachers, and all of us. Government is completely overhauling the CSSPS system.
Government overhauls computerized school placement system to allow BECE candidates select their senior high schools after results are released. Also coming up on Eyewitness News, domestic and international airlines adjust fares as the new airport infrastructure development charge kicks in. Tonight, we interrogate the new tax. And later on Eyewitness News, mounting pressure on the government to reduce taxes on petroleum products on the back of increasing prices at the pump. The latest to join is the GPRTU. Tonight, we'll tell you the threat by the union to increase transport fares. Stay with 97.3 Citi FM for more on this and other stories on Eyewitness News. Also coming up in business.
Inflation falls to 3.2% in March amid global fuel price shocks.
Eyewitness News is live on our affiliates across the country, around the globe. We are on citinewsroom.com. You can join with your WhatsApp messages on any of the stories that you hear tonight on Eyewitness News. The number to send your WhatsApp messages to are 0539 986 996, 0539 986 996, or 0549 986 996, 0549 986 996. Let's settle for our first story. Fafa, what do we have?
Well, government has announced that students who sit for the upcoming Basic Education Certificate Examination BECE will select their preferred senior high schools after the release of their results. Education Minister Haruna Idrisu says the move is part of efforts to improve the computerized school selection and placement system and help students to make informed choices based on their results. Addressing the media, the minister said students will be given 1 week to make their school choices after receiving their results.
Last year, there were very unpleasant moments that affected parents, teachers, and all of us. I want to hereby report that government is completely overhauling the CSSPS system in order to ensure that meritocracy, transparency, and equity, and more importantly, predictability, guide the placement process. But much of it we should all, therefore, accordingly, we will restore the policy of the catchment area in the process of BECE student placement at the secondary level. One of the significant improvements to the process, and Director General GES, you are accordingly directed, is that students are to begin the process of making a determination of school choice, but that process is not to be completed until the results are finally announced and determined.
Well, aside the selection of schools, the Minister for Education, Haruna Idrisu, also announced the recruitment of 7,000 teachers nationwide. He says the application portal will open on April 10, 2026.
I'm happy to note and announce that the Ministry of Education has received clearance and approval from the Ministry of Finance for the recruitment of teachers across the country. We will be recruiting at least 7,000 teachers. 7,000 teachers across the country. We want the process to be open, transparent, and competitive. Therefore, graduates from the 2023, 2024, 2025 cohort may apply for placement to be teachers across the country. Priority will be given to those who are ready and willing to serve in those deprived and served areas like Sambuli and other areas that we have noted. There are significant gaps and deficits in the availability of teachers.
Haruna Idrisu is the Minister for Education.
Let's get some more on this, especially the decision by government to overhaul the entire computerized school placement system to allow BECE candidates select their own senior high schools after results are released. Let's go to the phone and speak to Raphael Gabson, who is the Secretary of the National Council of Parent-Teacher Association. Raphael, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. A number of people have made calls for a government, intervention and a possible review on this whole system of school placement. The minister says this time around the students will be allowed to choose their senior high schools after the results are released. A bit of a relief to parents.
Thank you, Samuel Rafi, and good evening to you. Good evening to your cherished listeners. On face value, I think that yes, unless they say that the devil is in the details, when government rules out a policy decision, it is how it is actually being implemented that will actually stick to the issues with the passage of time, whether it is actually helpful or not. But we all agree in principle that the computerized school selection and placement system, which has been practiced over the last 2 decades, 20 years plus, clearly shows that it has not addressed the teething issues of corruption in school placement and also to make it more merit-based. So it's not out of place if the government, as part of its manifesto pledge of 2024, part of the point 16 of the manifesto pledge, they said they will review the computerized school selection and placement system to address corruption in school placement and make it merit-based. So this announcement, I would say yes, by the Minister of Education as part of government decision, is to keep to their manifesto pledge. Sounds like a game changer. But we always know that when reforms comes, it is when it has actually been implemented that we do the pros and the cons of it, that we can be able to say that it has actually been helpful or not. But we all agree that the current system that we are running is not actually meeting the exigencies of the system. But the challenges is not only about the students selecting the schools after their results have come. It is also about the kind of systems we have put in place to make sure that there is equity in terms of quality of educational outcomes at all levels. The students that we are preparing them to go and write the BECE are coming from different geographical locations in this country. And the truth of the matter is that schools that have less endowed resources and schools that are, in fact, even the basic schools, they are also categorized. They just have not announced it publicly. But you and I know that you go to some schools and when you see students are preparing for BECE exams, you ask yourself, these same students competing with students in other jurisdictions within the space called Ghana, it clearly tells you that the preparation has been inadequate. The environment to prepare the students for exams has not been the best. And also parental support and intervention in school, in the collaboration with government to make sure education gets the best of attention has not seen the best of novelties these days. And for that matter, that announcement by the minister, yes, in one way, if the students write and their results come and they see their results and based on that they are choosing schools, yes, everybody will say that honestly, that decision would help. It's a big win because it will reduce stress and anxiety that comes with the current system of the school placement that has proven not to be effective. but it will not resolve the problem entirely. That is why when I also heard, as part of the information you were sharing with us, that the government has announced through the Ministry of Education that they were going to absorb 7,000 teachers into the system. And we were also happy to hear the president saying that these 7,000 people who are going to be placed as part of human resource development in building the capacity of our students to prepare for exams, they'll be taken to more rural and down communities. That one, I think that when we do that, some schools you go, some communities go, one classroom, 6 classrooms, 1 or 2 teachers are handling the space, which is not the best. So if they are able to do these things and also improve upon infrastructure in the schools, and also deepen parental engagement in school and then parental collaborations in the schools, government and then the PTs must see themselves as partners in education and co-laborers in education. In fact, we are the consumers of educational knowledge. And for that matter, when sometimes government goes to take decisions of this nature, and because it has promised, and in trying to roll it out, it didn't even do far-reaching engagement and also didn't engage us. It puts us in the dark to see the picture clearly, to speak to the issues. But on face value, everybody will say that yes, it's a good start. But as to whether it is the best options available to the table as part of policy decision and the choices that we could have made together, that one I cannot speak much to it. But let's see how, I have to say, coming events cast their shadows. The days as they go roll by, we'll be able to speak to this. Then maybe in the next 2-3 years, we'll be able to see whether it's actually fit for purpose or not.
Therefore, is there any different way you would have thought that this particular issue could have been addressed apart from this announcement by the minister for an overhaul?
I felt that before the minister's announcement, we as part of the stakeholders should have been on the table to understand what diagnosis they did and why they came with this in their own view as one of the best policy alternatives. You see, development in education together with building, one head that's not going to council. And it is enough time the president draws the attention of the ministry and the Ghana Education Service and all their collaborating agencies to know that those of them who are implementers of educational policies, they cannot be marking their own scripts. They cannot be players, referees, and judges. It doesn't work that way. Parents in Ghana of yesterday are not the parents of today. So, I mean, wherever you sit, you are a parent. Am I right?
Yes.
Am I right?
Yes.
Are you not knowledgeable enough to, when they bring something, you can also analyze and prefer policy alternatives? So these are the challenges that sometimes we have of the system. And I think that the government should be more listening, and the ministry and the Ghana Education and all those who matter in some of these issues should see that at the end of the day, we the parents, we are the consumers of these old issues. When the noise started, we started the noise and said, look, what we are doing is not harmful. So if you want to review or you want to take a new direction on it, why do you do it without involving us? That's the challenge we have. So as I speak to you, I don't have any better position paper or various articles and memorandums that have been submitted, and we all went and sat around the table to have a discussion, and we said, oh, maybe A, B, C, and D, going this way is the best. In fact, let me comment that, look, we've seen some steps by government to improve upon infrastructure in schools. We've seen steps by government to augment the teacher deficit in the schools at the pre-tertiary level, especially at the basic and secondary school level. I think that these are good steps. But you know, all these things, if the community or the parents don't also support, it doesn't create the best of conducive environment for effective teaching and learning. And at the end of the day, educational outcomes are seen in the performance of BECE students, are seen the performance of WASI students, are seen the performance of university students. And when they come out, how they are able to fit into the job market or how they are able to fit well into society is what determines whether the country's education is in the right direction or not.
Raphael, I'll say a big thank you for your time. Raphael Gobson is the Secretary of the National Council of Parent-Teacher Association. Let's just stay with this issue and speak to Dr. Peter Enti. He's the Executive Director of the Institute of Education Studies to get his views and thoughts on this particular issue. Dr. Enti, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. I remember having a conversation with you on this whole matter, and you proposed some, solutions to it. One of them was to allow the students to, select their senior high schools before the results, after the results are released. The good looks like government has listened to your call. You think a step in the right direction? I'm afraid Dr. Peter Ente is not on the phone line. We'll try and raise him again on the telephone line and speak to him on this particular subject matter. The government has decided through the Minister of Education to overhaul the entire computerized school placement system to allow BECE candidates select their senior high schools after the results are released. I'm told that Dr. Inti is back on the line. Let's try and establish contact with him again. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time again. I'm sure having a conversation with you on this subject matter, and this was one of your proposals. You think government has listened to your call, and how can this be done?
Thank you very much, and good evening, Sammy. I think this is proactive. We all had a discussion around the challenges of the placement system last year. We proposed certain solutions. It is heartwarming that the ministry is looking at at this direction and planning to see whether they will be able to make changes to ensure that we don't go back to the challenges, or at least minimize the challenges that we had last year. What I think the ministry should be doing is to try and then do all the possible scenarios, test run their models that they have developed, ensure that the system is foolproof, so that when the period is due, it will not be that time that we are now trying to test the system, but it will be just a continuation of something that have been, more tested and retested to ensure that the system is foolproof. Yeah.
Doc, would this be the short-term, medium-term, or long-term solution to this challenge that we see every year? We see parents crowding at the Nat Hall. Would this be a solution in the short, medium, or long-term?
Well, I think it will be a solution in the short to medium term. The point is that what the reasons, and I have to say that this is not the only reason why we see that number of people at the center. But one of the reasons is students' inability to really select schools that depict their real performance and the psychological emotional attachment to schools, although they know technically that they do not qualify. So what the minister is suggesting is that they would open the placement system. You continue to do your placement, but then when you see your results, you have a 1 week mandated period where you can still go into the system and then review or edit your selection. Your schools that you have selected. That is different from what we used to have. So initially, what happens is that when you get your results, you are able to go into the system, but just to confirm, you are not able to change anything. The minister is saying that they are going to give them 1 week to change whatever things that they think, whatever selections that they did, which they think their results do not technically match. And I think that is a step in the right direction. Again, the minister is saying that they are doing an overhaul of the computerized system. An overhaul of the system means that they are trying to look at all the loopholes and block them and ensuring that the system is foolproof going into 2026 selection process. And I think that if this is well done, and then test run and all possible scenarios checked, I think we should see a minimization of the challenges that we faced last year, at least in the medium term.
Doc, would this mean that, so if I write BECE and I bomb, as they say it locally, and I chose, let's say, I have PSEC in mind, and with my result, not a good one, I won't worry myself trying to, get admission at PSEC, for instance?
So we know the cutoff points and all those that they do. This is a merit-based system. Okay, so if you choose PSEC and you had 38, okay, technically, and let's assume that you said science, from the minister's conversation, from how we understand the policy, what is supposed to happen is that when you see your results and it states yes and you wanted to do science at PSEC, and you know that in terms of the merit, you do not qualify to do science at PSEC, you have the opportunity to downgrade, to select a school that would fit, that will align with the performance that you have exhibited. Okay, and that is what I think the system should be. There might be, as the minister said, he says that there are, certain percentage that will go to old school protocol and other things. So people who have that opportunity can exploit that. But majority of the students should be placed based on their performance, and that is what most of us think the system should be doing. And I think that if only we are going to abide religiously by this we should see some sort of minimization of all those brouhaha during the placement period.
Doc, thank you very much for your time. Dr. Peter Anti is the Executive Director of the Institute of Education Studies. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for a quick break. When we come back, domestic international airlines adjust fares as the new airport infrastructure development charge kicks in. Tonight, we'll integrate this new tax.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
Oh, jump on now.
Go. Google me. At what time when you come back, we are not hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same ride. It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive, sir.
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish my go be fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my go be inside?
I give you info. Make a feel the go be too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Accra, it's time! Celebrate Easter with Kitia and enjoy 25% off store-wide and up to 50% off selected items from April 1. Visit Kitia at Sprintesh Road or follow at Kitia Ghana on Instagram.
Momo. It has made life happen in lots of good ways.
Mr. Kwanzaa, Minsaka insurance claim no.
It has put together beautiful weddings. It has filled the bellies of boys at their favorite watchy joint.
My guy, stop. Who they chop cancel these days?
It has made millions of businesses possible.
Minsaka no. We are back in business.
With just a few taps, money moves faster, easier, and safer. Momo understands the weight of your trust in us. We continuously enhance security with features like self-paying research to help you protect your money. Momo will only call you with 0244 300,000. No MTN or Momo staff will call or ask for your PIN or one-time password. Do not transfer funds to anyone whose identity you have not verified. Do not approve any prompts you have not initiated. Momo, still Wunsaka.
Let your voice be heard on Eyewitness News on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag Eyewitness News.
Yeah, welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. A few of your WhatsApp messages. Abi National Iwa says, under GM presidency, everything including education will correct to normal stage. Jones Adoboy in La says, every decision from this government is the best. Abba and Papa Abba. Jones Adoboy in La. Dominic in Tema says, this is good news from the education sector. It is our prayer, hope, and expectation that the implementation will go on smoothly. Justice in Labadi says, this policy from the Minister of Education is good. At least we'll have our children go crowd at the Nat Hall every year. Abba and Papa Abba. Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. Eyewitness News is also live on our affiliates across the country. Which affiliates are these?
In the Western region, we are Premier FM 100.5, Beach 105.5 FM, and Sky 93.5 FM, all in Takrade. In the Bono region, we are Greener FM 95.9 in Sunyai. In the Ahafo region, you can tune into Hammers Radio 106.5 FM in Goso. In the Ashanti region, we are Orange FM 107.9 in Kumasi. In the Volta region, tune into Akwini Radio 96.7 MHz in Kpan. Bando, Heritage 107.3 FM in Hohwe. In the northern region, we are Dasuma 99.1 in Yendi. In the upper east region, you can listen to us on Word FM 88.3 in Zwarungu, Gunzang 90.1 FM in Tongo, and Bolga 102.7 FM in Bolgatanga. In the upper west region, we are Westlink 88.1 FM in Laura, and in the northeast region, we are Eagle FM 94.1 in Waliwali.
Just listen to Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. There's some news for domestic and international airline operators. They have decided to adjust prices as the new airport infrastructure development charge kicks in. Fafa, what is this?
Well, according to them, passengers traveling through Accra International Airport are now paying more for both domestic and international flights as the new levy is incorporated into ticket fares. Domestic airfares are expected to rise by about 100 Ghana cedis, while regional flights within West Africa will see increases of up to $15. Other African routes will attract a $30 charge, with long-haul international passengers paying an additional $50 per ticket.
Let's get more on this and get reaction from the Member of Parliament for the Gushegu constituency and Deputy Ranking on the Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament, and himself a former Deputy Transport Minister under the MPP administration, talking about Hassan Tampoli. Hassan, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. I'm sure you've seen bits of this particular charge which the airport company is going to charge effective today. Your constituency is in Gushegu. I'm sure when you go there, you go by flight. It means then that your fare will increase by 100 cedis according to this new charge. Your initial reaction to this particular charge announced by the Ministry of Transport?
Good evening. Am I speaking with Sami Yafi?
Yes, Sami here.
Good evening and good evening to your cherished listeners across the country. So the airport infrastructure development charge has come into force today. Now, this is a levy that is completely new. It hasn't been in the price build-up of the air tickets previously. So it's a completely new levy. Now, don't forget, we already have the airport passenger service charge called APSC. And the last time it was reviewed was about 2013. And that has always been in the price builder, which is about 5 Ghana cedis. Now, this 100 Ghana cedis comes to add to the 5 Ghana cedis already in the price builder. That, for me, is the problem, because during our time, we felt the 5 cedi was a bit on the higher side, and even increasing it to 20 cedis was a problem. And we felt that, look, let's be sensitive to the Ghanaian traveling public. So going up, back and forth, we agreed to about 50 Ghana cedis. Even that one, we're looking for the best moments to bring it into being. Introducing this AIGC now smarts of a very insensitive government that is not reflective of what is happening on the global markets. Today, the price of aviation fuel has gone up so high that airlines across the world are adjusting their prices already. And then Ghanaians are going to have additional dredging imposed on them. I would have thought that a government that is sensitive to its environment would have held on with the implementation. But that is not what this government is doing. Look, let me give you some numbers. On the 8th of December 2024, I got a ticket from Accra to Tamale for somebody to bring some items to me in the constituency. And we paid 2,170. All right? By the 25th of April 2025, the price has gone up 2,964. And it has remained there until just today. I bought a ticket again to Tamale, and I'm paying now 3,214. So, my brother, within 1 year, the price has increased by 1,000, all right, 100 plus Ghana cedis. Now, we are being told that the price of goods and services have gone down. Exchange rate has improved. Price of petroleum products have come down. So how is it that airfares continue to go up? What kind of voodoo economies are we using in this country so that we are not getting the benefits of the appreciation of the cedi to the dollar? Price of petroleum products are coming down, and international market is going up. Everything is going up in this country. What is happening? What is happening? So we are pleading with the government. We are pleading with the Minister for Finance, Minister for Transport to consider holding back on the implementation of the AIGC until such a time that it is proper and appropriate to roll it out. Currently, the Ghanaian traveler is overburdened. Today, we have been told by the transport operators that they are increasing lorry fares by about 35%. So even if you decide not to travel by air and decide to go by road, you are going to meet this government again. Now, we are pleading with the government again to consider, suspending the implementation of the Doomsday levy, the 1 cedi Ghana, 1 cedi on the price of petroleum products. That will also give us some better cushion so that we will insist that the airlines would let it reflect in the price, that we pay for traveling across the country.
But then, Hassan, but then there's a justification for this new charge. According to the Transport Ministry, it says that there's some key infrastructure projects at the aviation sector that needs to be done. Number one, it talks about the need to complete the construction of the concourse linking terminals 2 and 3 at the Kuteka International Airport. Number two, it says the fee will also help in the development of the 2,000 capacity car park at the Terminal 3 and rehabilitation works at regional hospitals. So at least there's a purpose for this tax, there's a goal for this tax, and if the monies are collected, we are told that within a year, the government is expected to make some $800 million in this particular tax to spearhead these projects that the ministry announces.
But you see, we didn't have to implement 100 Ghana cedis airport development charge to do Terminal 3 during the time of President Mahama. We didn't need any such thing to do Terminal 2 during President John Kufuor's time. All right, we did whole airports. We did Tamale airports, and we did Kumasi airport and so on and so forth. We didn't need 100 Ghana cedis. This is exorbitant. We had 5 cedis as airport passenger service charge. And from 5 cedis, we are going to 100 Ghana cedis. Can you calculate the percentage? And it is not as if we are moving from 5 cedis to 100 cedis. We are adding 100 cedis to the existing 5 cedis. So we are paying 105 cedis at airport passenger service and development charge. And that is exorbitant. That is too much for the average Ghanaian. That is too much. Look, we are trying to help Ghanaians and encourage Ghanaians to use air transport. But what is happening, what has happened today, is going to draw back on the passenger numbers. Take it from me. You watch the numbers between now and next year, and you come and tell me whether we really got it right or not.
But then, how do you react to people who say that, well, you have options. If you feel you can't do air transport, you can do by road. You can do any other, choice of transport you want to do to reach wherever destination that, you wish to.
Oh, I mean, it's the same thing as telling somebody who is not able to pay for throttle that you can decide to walk. We can decide to be as insensitive as that. So that's not a problem. But that is up to those who are saying it. The jury is out there. All right? As a government, we are looking also at the number of people who will be using the airlines. All right? To encourage more so that we free the number of vehicles on our roads. Okay? The congestion on our roads would also reduce. For instance, the number of people who will be traveling to Takoradi, for instance, or Tamale, or Kumasi, or Sunyani, or Wa. Assuming that I'm not able to pay for this to Wa, you are telling me that I should just go by road with all the risks involved and all of that. So yes, we leave that for the jury to decide whether they are making sense or we are making sense. But what is important is that you cannot move from 5 cities and then add 100 cities to it. That is, for me, unacceptable. And we on the minority sincerely believe that this rate that has been imposed on the flight tickets is way beyond the reach of the average. And look, currently with this 3,200, that's about $300 equivalent. That's about $300 equivalent just to travel to Tamale. Now somebody can travel with that same amount from London to New York. You can have somebody travel from London to China with that same 300, and I'm traveling just about how many kilometers? 400 kilometers to Tamale. That is too much. That is too much. And it's even coming at a time that prices on the international market are going high. And they're going to pass it on to the consumer. Look, when you buy a ticket, you may even now begin to see fuel surcharge. So why is the government not reflecting on some of these charges that are already in the look? In West Africa, go and do your mathematics. You'll find that Ghanaians are the most taxed as far as airport service charges is concerned.
Was this charge brought before your committee to consider before its implementation? Do you have an opportunity to look at it?
You should find out from the minister whether he came before the committee.
I'm asking you because you are the deputy ranking of the committee.
I don't recall that the minister came before the committee.
Ordinarily, was it supposed to come before the committee and the parliament?
Yes, they should have come before the committee for us to come and justify before the committee, and the committee will be carried along. In fact, that is what we were doing when we were at the ministry. My minister insisted that everything that we were doing as far as the sector was concerned, and especially if it had to do with implementation or introduction of levies or charges or whatever, we should get the committee, both majority and minority, involved so that we carry them along. So when we are speaking, we speak from some point of information, and we are able to bring in the justifications that have been brought in. But I do not find that the justifications, that are being put across, really cut it for us.
Okay, Hassan, thank you very much for your time. Hassan Tapoli, Deputy Ranking Member on the Roads and Transport Committee of Parliament, Member of Parliament for the Gusheku constituency, and former Deputy Transport Minister under the MPP administration. Already, some domestic airlines have issued statements announcing to passengers on the increment in fares, and because of the new charge. Passion Air just issued a statement this afternoon, and it says, in line with the government of Ghana's policy on the airport infrastructure mobilization program, Passion Air wishes to inform the public and our valued customers of the introduction of the Airport Infrastructure Development Charge, AIDC, by the Ghana Airports Company Limited. This new charge will support the government's effort to fund ongoing and future airport infrastructure improvements across the country. Consequently, the AIDC of 100 cedis, which is one way, will be incorporated into all domestic applicable passenger fares as a tax in line with the directive effective 1st April 2026. This applies to all tickets issued on or after the date issued by the Corporate Affairs Department of Passion Air. Another one just came in from African World, and it says African World Airlines wishes to officially inform the general public and its valued passengers of an upward adjustment to fares for all tickets issued on or after the 1st of April 2026. This adjustment follows the implementation of the newly approved Airport Infrastructure Development Charge, a Government of Ghana policy directive backed by law through the Ministry of Transport. In compliance with this mandate, an upward adjustment of 100 cedis will be applicable to all domestic routes and $15 to all regional routes. This is Eyewitness News coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. And talking about fare adjustment, let's go to transport adjustments. And the GPRTU has issued a 48-hour deadline to government to abolish fuel-related taxes or risk a nationwide increase in transport fares. Let's get more on this. Speak to Samuel Amwa, Deputy National PRO of the GPRTU. Sami, good evening. Thank you very much for your time. 48 hours. What do you want the government to do?
All right. So thank you very much for having me. Let me say good evening to you and your listeners. Yes, so we're giving government 48 hours to, try as hard as you can to take away some taxes on the petroleum product, of which we think that will be the only option, that they can do now. Because looking at where the fuel price is now, today diesel is being sold for about 17 cedis per liter, 17 cedis plus per liter. Then petrol is also going for 15 cedis plus per liter. And that is unbearable. It's difficult now for, we the consumers, the drivers, to contain this, because at the close of the day, a driver will work and then use all the money to go and buy fuel. Going back a little bit, during the middle price window, when the fuel price was around 14, the diesel was around 14 cedis thereabout, and the petrol was also around 11 cedis thereabout. Our drivers were agitating and they were complaining bitterly that leadership should try as hard as they can to make sure that they will give them some increment. We had a meeting with the transport ministry. They gave us an assurance that they are going to work on things and that we should try and hold on for now, so that going forward, they will try every possible means to make sure that the fuel will not go up to this extent that we are seeing now. So for where it is now, we don't want to actually want to burden, the commuters too much. That is why we have given government these 2 days. It's a matter of sacrificing. This issue has come up because of the war between Israel, America, and then Iran. And we know very well that it's not going to last forever. Definitely a time will come to come down, so that the fuel price will also come down. That is why we are asking government that the best for them to do is to just sacrifice some taxes on the petroleum products, so that the fuel price will come down. Else, we will have no option than to increase our transport fares.
So, which specific taxes are you talking about on the product? Are there some specific ones you want government to pay attention?
No, we are not specifying any of the directly to any of the the taxes. We know very well that on the petroleum product, every liter the government has about 13 taxes on the petroleum product. That if you go to the pump to go and buy, you pay for all these 13 taxes. So we are suggesting, we don't know which of them the government can take off. All that we need is for them to just go in to make sure that some of the taxes that they think, if they take them off for the meantime, it will not affect them too much, so that the ordinary Ghanaian will also not feel the burden.
Are you feeling the brunt of the recent development, and are you eager to increase transport fares?
Yes, for where the fuel price is now. If it stays like this for a day or two, we will have no option than to increase the fares. Ourselves as commercial transport operators, increasing transport fares is something that we are not happy with, because anytime transport fares goes up, it affects everything. Even the food that we buy, it affects it, and at the close of the day, it goes against it. It goes against us. That is why we are trying as hard as we can for the government to intervene, so that there will not be increment. But if it happens that nothing is being done, then it means we have no option than to increase it.
Sam, thank you very much for your time. Samuel Amwa is the national PRO of the GPRTU. This is Eyewitness News, coming to you live from our studios here in Accra.
Well, EcoBank Ghana has donated 100 laptops to the University of Ghana, marking the final installment of its commitment to support the Vice-Chancellor's One Student, One Laptop initiative. The donation completes the bank's pledge made in 2023 to provide 300 laptops to the university over a 3-year period. Speaking at the presentation ceremony, the Managing Director of EcoBank Ghana PLC, Abena Osei Puku, stressed the importance of digital access in modern education.
We are very encouraged by the feedback we've received on the positive impact that the first 2 donations had, particularly on students who would otherwise have struggled to access such essential learning tools. It's our hope that this final batch will further extend that impact, ensuring that students or more students are empowered to pursue their academic goals with confidence and dignity, as every student deserves. At EcoBank, our corporate purpose goes beyond financial performance, albeit that we continue to grow as a leading financial institution, not just in the country but on the continent. In the same way, we are equally committed to giving back to society in a way that creates lasting value and also changes lives. Supporting education, youth development, and digital inclusion remain a core pillar of our corporate social responsibility.
Abena Osei Puku is the Managing Director of EcoBank Ghana PLC. Now receiving EcoBank Ghana's donation of 100 laptops, the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nanaba Pia Amfo, described the One Student, One Laptop initiative as a transformative intervention for students.
What you have done over the past 3 years has helped us to deliver on our first strategic priority, which is a transformative student experience. And then also on our fourth strategic priority, engagement and partnerships. Because we reckon that we cannot achieve what we want to achieve on our own. No matter what you come to the University of Ghana to study, when you are leaving, you need to be leaving as a digitally savvy graduate. Whatever ambitions that you have, if you're going to look for a job, if you're going to start something of your own, if you're going to go into research, you definitely need to know your way around the computer. We are in the 21st century, and I believe that the best way to get this done, we can have all the trainings, all the sessions, and the Information Technology Directorate does well at that. But when you have your own device, then you are able, to explore and make the best out of that opportunity.
Professor Nanaba Pia Amfo is the Vice-Chancellor of the University of Ghana. Away from that, the Public Accounts Committee has summoned former Health Minister Dr. Bernard Okuboy over the construction of a parliamentary service hospital. The Auditor General has disclosed that 20 million Ghana cedis was paid as mobilization funds on December 31, 2024 for the project despite no work being done. Appearing before the committee, the Administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, Michael Yamson, explained that the project has not commenced due to change in the proposed site.
Between Government of Ghana, specifically the Ministry of Health and Siena Services for the construction of a special hospital for Parliament. An agreement was reached to pay 15% mobilization of about 108 million, out of which 20 million cedis was paid. We have written to Siena Services and they have responded on the work that was done with the 20 million. There's an outstanding on that 15% mobilization of 88 million that still is due. But that is what has to be recognized as the amount outstanding, not 702.
See, but the thing was for 20 million. You paid 20 million to this contractor.
No, Mr. Chairman, the 15% mobilization came to 108 million, out of which 20 million was paid.
And this was to build a parliamentary service hospital.
That was the Administrator of the District Assembly's Common Fund, Michael Yamson. Now, the ranking member on the Public Accounts Committee, Samuel Atam Mills, has since summoned the former Minister of Health, the former DACF Administrator, and the accountant involved.
May I also suggest, if it sits well with the committee, since they were saying that it is the Ministry of Health who initiated the contract signed by Honorable Dr. Okoboy for them also to come to confirm this if they have this record at their end. Is a suggestion if it's it.
Yes, sir. He's also going to be, Honorable Okoboy will have to also appear and let us know. And the company that took the money should also appear, because 20 million Ghana cedis, what time are they going to build a hospital? During the second coming of Christ? No, it's a rhetorical question.
Samuel Atta-Mills is the ranking member on the Public Accounts Committee.
That's all listening to Eyewitness News. Coming to you live from our studios here in Accra. We'll go for business news. Now remember, business news is brought to you by Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic verse. Do more, shine more. Big up.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Easter is here and Electroland says come and shop. This Easter, make it special. Electroland is bringing you unbeatable offers, unbelievable discounts and exciting free gifts. Feel the rhythm with Samsung, TCL and Media Home Theaters. Enjoy your favorite Easter movies on LED smart TVs. You can stay cool all day with our powerful air conditioners. Want a bedside fridge for your chilled drinks? We've got you. Prepare your Easter meals on a 4 to 6 burner gas cooker with grill and oven. And make laundry easy with top or front load washing machines. Visit our showrooms or go to www.electrolandg8.com. Call 050-315-9739. Electroland, home of luxury affordable electronics.
Oh, jump on now. Go, go. Google me. At what time when you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car?
No, I not change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so.
This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I go drive
Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind self be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open them.
Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel?
Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you.
Hey, then make a finish Magobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why you hand the Magobe inside?
I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small.
Go.
Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
Kuma has always dreamt of commanding his own military forces.
Attention! Eyes right, stand at ease.
Because that dream is still a vision in progress, he spends his time commanding his money with the EcoBank mobile app.
Operation Supplier Payment. Dispatch 1,000 units of currency from Accra to Benin. Move!
Sometimes he wants a little extra control so that he can buy only what he needs.
Command Center mobile app. Activate virtual card protocol and initiate payments for sneakers and t-shirts. Abort mission for leather coat payment.
Even when the general is fast asleep, his standing order marches out to sort his bills. With the EcoBank mobile app, you can command your money to make safe transactions in Ghana and across 33 African countries. Download the EcoBank mobile app on the Play or App Store today.
By the left, about turn.
EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank. EcoBank will never call or send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Accra, it's time! Celebrate Easter with Kitia and enjoy 25% off store-wide and up to 50% off selected items from April 1. Visit Kitia at Spintex Road or follow at Kitia Ghana on Instagram.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Time now for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by Republic Bank. I am Melody Fafa Botufe. Let's settle for the details now. Ghana's inflation rate continued its downward trend in March 2026, falling to 3.2%. According to latest data released by the Ghana Statistical Service, the decline is despite lingering pressures from rising global fuel prices linked to the Middle East tensions. However, on a month-on-month basis, overall prices inched up marginally by 0.1% between February and March. Addressing a news conference, the government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu outlined the main drivers of inflation.
Inflation declined to 3.2% in March 2026, down from 3.3% in February 2026, and lower than the 22.4% recorded in March 2025 by 19.2 percentage points. This marks the 15th consecutive decline and the lowest level since the CPI rebasing in 2021, signaling strong and sustained stability. 2. Month-on-month price increase was 0.1% between February and March 2026, showing that price pressures are easing in real time. 3. Food inflation continues to ease, falling to 2.3% from the 2.4% recorded in February, with food prices actually declining by 0.3% between February and March 2026, evidence that key staples are stabilizing and in some cases becoming cheaper.
That was the government statistician Dr. Alhassan Idrisu. Away from that, the Ghana reference rate has declined further to 10.06% for April 2026, down from 11.71% in March, extending the downward trend in the benchmark used by banks to price loans. In a notice issued by the Ghana Association of Banks, the new rate takes effect from April 1, 2026. Here's more.
The latest adjustment reflects continued decline in short-term government securities yield, with Treasury bill rates easing further alongside improved liquidity conditions in the interbank market. The rate has now dropped consistently over the past 3 months from 14.58% in February to 11.71% in March, before falling further to 10.06% in April. The sustained decline in the reference rate provides additional room for banks to review lending rates downward, although actual loan pricing will remain dependent on borrower risk profiles, banks' cost structures, and internal credit assessment. Any pass-through to lending rates is expected to occur gradually as banks adjust pricing in line with their loan repricing cycles.
Emmanuel Opon with that business desk report. Now, the Chief Executive Officer of Delex Finance, Joe Jackson, has cautioned that the Ghana Citi could come under renewed pressure in the coming years if structural weaknesses in the economy are not addressed. He warned that the recent appreciation of the Citi should not be misconstrued as a lasting recovery, noting that underlying economic challenges remain largely unresolved. Speaking at the Chartered Institute of Marketing Ghana CIMG dialogue, he argued that Ghana's core challenge is not necessarily a shortage of foreign exchange.
In 2025, the city appreciated, and all of us are smiling, isn't it? All of us believe the discipline, the city is smiling. But the problem is structural. So unless we fix it, guess what? As soon as our discipline starts to slip, as soon as things start to change, what will happen? We'll be back where we were before. And that's why this warning is timely, because you see, you don't give a warning according to the Bible, you don't give a warning in the lean years. So in the good years, you find a Joseph who put aside enough grain for the lean years. This is a time when we're all smiling because the city is appreciating. But as sure as night follows day, if we don't fix these structural problems, we'll be back where we started.
Joe Jackson is the Chief Executive Officer of Dalex Finance. Now, some ride-hailing companies have ruled out immediate fare adjustments despite recent fuel increases triggered by Middle East tensions. Country manager for Bolt's business, Barbara Hammond, says affordability remains central to the company's operations even as it pursues expansion into new markets. She spoke on the sidelines of a prize-giving ceremony held to reward women entrepreneurs under its International Women's Day campaign, She Moves to Win 2.0.
I cannot give particular timelines because there are a lot of things that actually goes into launching into cities. So no particular timeline for now. But hopefully by end of 2026, you see us expanding. Because when you look at it right now, we are the only ride-hailing company in Ghana that are in many cities. And we also have like different verticals as well. Like we have like the boat food, we have the corporate side, which is the boat business. So let's see how boats can make a very great impact when it comes to mobility in Ghana here. We want boats to be, I would say, affordable to every Ghanaian because mobility is very important because people are always moving from one place to the other. With regards to fares going up, with regards to fares coming down, anytime there's a fare going up or fare reducing fares, I have like an amazing operations team that take into consideration all of these things when it comes to with regards to fares.
Barbara Hammond is country manager for Bold Business. Well, that's all for Citi Business News on Eyewitness News, brought to you by Republic Bank. We are the one for you. Join the Republic verse. Do more, shine more, big up I, and Melody. Up next is Point Blank.
Mr. Kojo, 1 minute before you go to work. The AC you said you want to fix, it won't work.
Why?
Because the electrician will come and chisel my wall. It will make my building weak. Wait, is that a puppy? No animals in my house, oh.
Kojo knows all the challenges about renting. That was his reality until he discovered Republic Bank. With Republic Bank's flexible mortgage solutions, you can move from tenant to homeowner quickly. Imagine stepping into your own home, a place for your family to grow and create memories. Big up. Join the Republic Verse. Republic Bank, we're the one for you.
Can you hear it? The freedom in our songs, the sound of liberty that rings from Kaswa to Karaga, from Tamale to Takoradi. It's in the pestles that pound from coast to coast. It's in the busy offices, the crowded streets, and the noisy schools. It's in the wisdom of our elders and in the laughter of our children. It's in seeing how far we've come and looking at how much we can grow. It's in knowing that still, Ghana go be. Happy 69th Independence Day. MTN.
This damn patch again. Ebo, look at this wall. Every few months, the same damn patch comes back. I've painted it twice already. What is all this?
Kofi, you can't find moisture with paint.
The problem is inside the building itself. Yes. So what can I do? The house is already finished.
Simple. Gasem Super Strong Waterproof Cement. It's a new cement with built-in water protection technology.
Water protection?
Yes.
So it's just for repairs?
No, my friend. That's the difference. Use it to fix dampness and seepage. Or use it for new buildings. Foundation, block work, plastering. One cement that builds and protects.
Wow. Gasem Super Strong Waterproof Cement. The one cement that builds and protects. Build it right once. Gasem, the nation builder.
Attention all Ghanaian students in basic to senior high schools. Want to win 15,000 Ghana cedis? Join the Kofi A. Terrier Good Citizenship Challenge now. Form a team of at least 5 students and embark on a community service initiative that will make a real difference. For more details, call 050-591-0960. The final submission deadline is 30th June 2026.
Eyewitness News. Be there as it happens.
You're welcome back. You're still listening to Eyewitness News, and this is Point Blank. Tonight on Point Blank, we go to Parliament because my guest is the Member of Parliament for the whole Central constituency, a first-time Member of Parliament. My guest tonight is Richmond Edem Kofi Potosu. He's a Member of Parliament for the whole Central constituency in the Volta region. We'll have a conversation about Parliament, the constituency, and recent national development. Honorable, good evening. Thank you very much for your time and welcome to our studio.
Good evening and thank you for inviting me and hosting me too.
This is the first time in our studio, right?
Please, yes.
More, okay. A first time Member of Parliament, how's it like?
It's just like
I always ask my guests who are members of Parliament for the first time, and what I always ask them is the thinking of the House outside Parliament when you were not a member of the House, and now that you're a member of the House. Is there a vast difference?
There is a vast difference. It's just like watching a football. You can score goal from the touchline, but when you get onto the field, you can play for 90 minutes without your foot touching the ball.
Tell me more about it.
When you're out there, you think it's all about Parliament is all about the smiles on the faces of the MPs. It's more than that. It entails a lot. Although your duties are specified in the Constitution, there are three: legislative, oversight, and representation. It goes more than that. There's a lot of work that we need to do as parliamentarians.
What difference have you seen in the House that you thought, if I knew this was how it's going to be, I was going to think twice about the ambition? Because you've been there for a year now?
Yes, a year. Parliament is a school. If you go in, it's just like the old days. You go to secondary school, you go to Form 1, you are Nino. Yeah. You proceed, you learn and grow, and that's how it is. So you begin to apply yourself and learn the rules of the game in Parliament, and that's what we are doing.
You think MPs are development agents?
MPs are not development agents, but that is what it seems to be. MPs are development drivers. We drive development, not agents. The assemblies are the development agents. So the MCs, the DCs, they are the development agents. MPs are drivers of opportunities and services and development, not agents of development.
But don't you think because of the things you tell people in your run-up to the election, the campaign promises that you tell your constituent, that's why there's pressure on you to deliver on the promises you make to the people?
You see, it's a campaign, and you are going to say certain things. Mind you, the MP going is not an individual. He's going on a ticket of a party, and the party has certain things that he has planned for the community. So you, as the MP, you need to voice those things out. When your party comes into government, that is what the assembly needs to help you prosecute. So you drive these development, and the assemblies prosecute them for you.
But you didn't make the promises with the assembly. You made the promises yourself that when I become MP, if I am MP, and so they will hold you responsible because you said you do A, B, C, D when or if you are an MP.
As the MP, you come, your constituency executives carry you along for the campaign, and they are aware of all the challenges within the municipality. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So as you talk, you are talking for them too. So when the time comes, the assembly, the constituency fuses into the assembly. Because normally the DCs or MCs are appointed from amongst the constituency. Yeah. So they are also aware and they know that these are the things that you told the people. So that's what we are all supposed to prosecute, to bring that relief to the people that we went to seek votes from.
Do you think we should have orientation about the role of members of parliament?
We need to advocate a lot so that people will understand and appreciate it, so that the people after us will not come and say, when I get there, I'll build a hospital, I'll build a school, I'll do this. You get into it and realize that that is not it. You go and lobby for these developments, and it takes time. Some of them, you go to some of the embassies, it can take you 2 years before they approve of your proposal. Sometimes 3 years. If you are lucky, you can get the 6 months one, but that means it's something just for the going.
Yeah.
But if you need something very heavy, at least a year or two, you should be waiting.
How have you performed in your constituency 1 year after your election? Some of the promises you made to the people, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. What have you done so far?
I am on it. I'm delivering.
List some of these things for
example, since I took over as MP, I've done a lot of things. When it comes to education, I've been able to grant students scholarship. When it comes to healthcare issues, I realized that, and through discussions with the municipal health director, we've taken a lot of things for granted. So I have embarked on health screening. We've done eye screening, health screening, cervical cancer screening, breast cancer screening. We have done all these things within my constituency within the past year. And the participation is very high. People naturally will not walk to the hospital to get checked. So if you grant them this opportunity, they come voluntarily. When you are diagnosed, then you make a follow-up. If you get to know, then you begin to work to mitigate the challenge that you're facing. And that's exactly what I'm doing. With the onset of the Mahama care, we need to help our people so that they know some of these NCDs, how they affect them, and they work to mitigate it before it becomes something bigger on them.
What about road infrastructure? I know a whole constituency, many would describe to be an urban area sort of. Do you have some challenges of the road infrastructure and the likes?
Yes. Whole central constituency is peri-urban.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Although it's the regional capital, at the same time the municipal capital, it has a lot of rural areas. So we have a lot of inner roads that are not roadworthy, but we have cars moving on them. You see, the challenge we have in this country, the roads are not worthy, but you go and take a roadworthy certificate from the DVLA. The road should be worthy before you go and take the roadworthy, because the roads invariably will destroy your car for you.
And what are you doing to address this challenge in terms of road infrastructure?
We're working with the urban roads and the ministry, and we're looking forward that to intensify their work and come to our aid and do more. Although we have some of the big push projects passing through but we need more. We need more than the big push projects.
Good for you, because the Minister for Roads is from the Volta region, so you can lobby him, quickly to get these infrastructure in there for you. Are you lobbying him well enough for the good people of the whole central constituency?
I have lobbied the Minister for Roads enough that he's even changed my name. He doesn't call me honorable. He calls me by the name of a community that I'm advocating for their roads to be constructed. That's the name he calls me now. The moment he sees me, that's the name he will call me. He doesn't call my name.
Which community is this?
Kwengwe Taklahojo Road.
Okay, is in a bad state.
Yes.
Very, very.
Yes.
And what has the minister said about it? Because he's awarding contracts all over, big push, constructing here and there. What has he said about it?
Well, he says it will be worked on, and the contractor is even working on it. So at least something is being done.
So by the end of your first term, the people in this particular community will have this road fixed. Can you give them that assurance?
Yes. I'm sure that by the end of next year or this year, they will see visible signs. The contractor is still on site. The last time I went to that area, I'll be going there on Friday because of the Easter. I'll be going to one of the communities on Friday. Had it not been that the contractor is on site working, I wouldn't have been able to visit that community. I tell you.
Okay.
Because it became...
it's terrible. The road is that bad.
When it rains, people will take picture and send to me, and you see how people struggle to cross one of the bridges. And when they send it to me, I'll forward it to the minister. There's nothing I can do about it apart from sending it to him. Yes. But they are working on it, and thank God.
You're a member of the education committee. Let's talk about education. You have education infrastructure in your community?
They are lacking. For example, one of my big schools, that is Ola Senior High.
Yeah, the girls.
They have one of their structures collapsing, and we're working towards getting a new dormitory for the girls. It's not in good state at all. One of the ancient buildings that they started a school with. Yeah, it's sinking, and it must be attended to within the shortest possible time.
What have you done about it? Have you spoken to the education minister, the stakeholders involved?
I've done so. I've written, so I'm expecting that something will be done, and I've been to Almighty Get Fund to also see how best they can help us with it.
What about your common fund? Can you not use your common fund to start it, and then when the support comes in, they will complete it?
Common fund.
But MPs are entitled to a percentage of a common fund.
It's 5%.
Yeah.
So let's do some small mathematics. If the assembly is taking maybe 6 million, 5% of 6 million is what?
You tell me.
You have a laptop in front of you, just do the small mathematics.
So you mean it's woefully inadequate?
It's woefully inadequate. It's woefully inadequate because 5% of 6 million cannot do any meaningful work.
So assuming that's 6 million, 10% of 6 million will be like, let's say, 600,000.
Yeah, 5%.
So 5% will be
300.
300,000. But at least it can do something.
Oh, it will not even do trenches.
Not even trenches?
Oh. Before raising the columns with the iron rods and other things, you see, if you want to start, you have to do it to a certain level. So once you don't have the funds, you don't even start it.
Then what do you use your common fund for?
There are a lot of things outstanding. Borehole drilling, renovation of old buildings, school buildings, clinics, and helping farmers with other stuff. You know, the common fund is not common. It has a name as common fund, but it's not common.
Why is it not common?
The weight on it is not easy. The demands on the common fund, when I put it on your head, maybe you will become a cripple.
Well, let's talk about other educational. Today the education minister announced that there's going to be an overhaul of the computerized school placement system. This time around, students will be given the opportunity to choose, their senior high schools after the release of the result instead of before, which you used to. The idea is that the process where we have students crowding at the Nat Hall to get their result changed, to get placement, has become a national issue. So this is a way to address it. As someone who serves on the education committee, what do you make of this move by the education ministry and government in general?
I listened in when you were playing it out. As an individual, I would say I'm all for it, but I would suggest that the students are allowed to make the choices before the exam. Sometimes when you pick a school like Prempeh College, Mauli School, Ola Senior High School, it will motivate you to learn towards it, but you are not going to mark your own script. So when it comes and you see that the grade that you have, it's not worth going to Mauli School, then you have. So there should be that system whereby you can select the number of schools that you want to go. When the results come, once you have seen what you have gotten, then you can go and update the system before they close it. Maybe a week or two for you to do the updating before.
So you are for the old system where they should select it before the examination?
Yeah, I'm for the old system where they should select it before the examination, but after the results has been released, there should be a way for them to go and update the system. Yes. You select it. It's a motivation for you to go and learn hard so that you meet the target of that school.
But that is what has brought a challenge over the years, and that's what the education minister and government is trying to cure and bring in a solution to all this challenge.
Yeah, the solution. So the solution is brought. It's not bad, but I am looking at it that the solution should be an upgrade of the existing structure, not a departure from the existing structure. If I say departure from the existing structure, it's like now you after the exams before you go and do the selection, it's a departure. But the upgrade is you have selected it, but now you can update it. You took Mauli School, now you realize that you
didn't get Mauli.
Yeah,
your results will not.
The results will not take you to Mauli, so you go and take a different school. You update your list, then they can close it now and do the placement.
It's a step in the right direction for a start.
Yes.
Is that okay? Let's talk about free SHS. What do you make of the policy when it started, how the previous administration handled it, and how this administration or President Mahama is handling this whole free SHS policy?
when we talk of free SHS, it's just a name.
Why it's not free?
No, education in Ghana has virtually been free. I went to prep college from 1988 to 1993. My parents never paid school fees, so it was free. They only paid for my feeding. Nobody pays school fees apart from private schools. You don't pay for tuition, so it's free. The teachers teach you free of charge. Government pays them. The only thing you pay is what your feeding. So when we were shouting free SHS, it was only free feeding for SHS students. Free feeding for SHS students. That is all. That's how we should have called it, not free SHS. Because as for tuition fees, we are not paying it. And I can say it emphatically that if you are going to the private schools, you pay tuition before you pay feeding. So the difference here is that you don't pay tuition. That is the free. The teachers are teaching you free of charge. Government is paying the teachers.
When I went to secondary school, I was paying tuition fee.
Which school?
I was in Bishop Herman.
You pay tuition?
Yeah. On the bill, when the bill that comes, you see tuition. You know, itemized bill. You see tuition and other things in there. Or that wasn't tuition then.
You are not paying tuition fees
until the coming of free SHS. We're not paying tuition.
Tuition? Fee? No.
Really?
I don't remember paying tuition fees.
So education was free all along.
It was free. You see, there was a system that came, F-Cube.
Yeah.
Free universal basic education. Free compulsory universal basic education. That is
the F-Cube program.
Yeah, it is free because you are not paying for tuition. When you go to the private school, you pay for tuition.
Yes,
and that's what they use to pay the teachers.
Yeah.
So does it mean that the amount you're paying, that's what you're using to pay the teachers in the schools you
I don't know. At that time, maybe I was young and naive, so I didn't know about that one.
You're a bobo, eh?
Yes, I'm a bobo.
Can you go back and take your bill sheet and restudy it?
But then the current system, how it's being run by this administration?
Yeah, for now, we are not hearing shortage of food. We are not hearing inadequacy of food. And students are not complaining that they're eating gari 3 times a day, at least. Now we are sure that the children are being fed well. There is a dedicated source for this year alone. 4.2 million is dedicated to feeding of SHS students. And if you ask me, I'm of the view that we aren't there. You see, we need to put in a lot of things before we go to this free feeding. Infrastructure must be there. Once we say free, everybody will want to go.
Yeah.
But there is a price to pay for anything that is free. See, when you are going to buy a dress and you go to the first line and you go and take a free dress, you wear it 2 days and it will tear off. But if you go to the shop and you pay for it, you get
sure of quality.
You are sure of quality. So anything that is free, there is a price to pay for it. Maybe within the next 10 years, we will see the value of the free SHS. That is where we can measure it, whether truly it was worth it or it wasn't. Yeah.
So let's give ourselves 10 years.
Yes, in the next 10.
But it's almost 10 years because it was implemented in 2017 of September. We are in 2026. Next year will be 10 years. We can have a fair assessment of it. But even 9 years now, we can have a fair assessment of it, whether it's been a failure or it's been a success.
Yes. Now, the next year will be what? 10 years?
10 years, yes.
From next year, begin to measure the effects of the free SHS. Then we will know the true state of the free SHS, whether it helped us or it rather destroyed the future of our children.
Yeah. Let's assess the administration of President John Dramani Mahama. 1 and some few months, how would you assess the administration?
I would say that President John Dramani Mahama is doing very well for Mother Ghana. At least here we are, you can now predict whatever is going to happen. In those days, you go to the shop, you buy something in the morning at 6 cedis. By close of day, the thing is 8 cedis. At least now, you see, Mahama never arrested the dollar. He rather fortified the cedi. He gave the cedi more nutrients to withstand the dollar, and that is why we are enjoying a serene exchange rate system for ourselves. At least we have had a stable, which has never happened in our system before. And you see, because it has never happened before, the market is not trying to obey.
We are seeing prices increase at a pump.
Yes, now, definitely it's not about the dollar going up, but it's about the supply chain.
External factors.
Definitely. We aren't producing enough in our country. So once is the price from there will determine the export price over here.
An increase at the pump which changes everything. You're aware of that?
Yeah.
It changes. The GPRT is threatening to increase transport fares. Just today, domestic airlines have also announced an increment because of some new levy. And so many people will say that the success this administration has choked is about to go down because of recent developments.
Oh, definitely, you can't get it in perpetuity. Definitely, there will be some hiccups here and there. But your ability to readjust your system to make sure that you meet the challenge head on, so that it doesn't affect your people for a long time, makes you what? A creative leader. A leader par excellence. But if you allow the external shocks to sink your system, then it means that you don't have a robust system built.
So President Mahama is a creative leader.
He's a creative and very prudent. And that's why we are getting all these gains. Yeah.
Let's go back to your constituency. Recently, your constituency was in the news. The whole Central Mosque has come in the news because of the closure and the violence that came with it. As a member of parliament, how are you handling this matter? I'm sure it's come to your attention. And how is it being managed? Because we understand it's still closed down.
Thank you very much for coming up with this. The mosque issue is at RECSEC, and the chairman of RECSEC is the regional minister. He is the one who will be in position to give us the whole education. But I know they are working on it. When they finish with it, it will be open for our people to have their place and worship, call on Allah so that they can progress in their faith.
Okay. You like football?
I enjoy football.
You support the Black Stars?
I play. When I was in the training college, I was my house goalkeeper.
Oh, really?
Yeah, as short as I am. I could jump and catch the ball from any angle.
You could have played the Black Stars.
Oh, I could have played if I had taken it up.
What do you make of the performance of the Black Stars recently?
Oh, for the match they played with Germany.
Yes,
I would say,
the two matches, Austria and Germany.
After the Austria, I didn't follow, but the German one, I followed it. I realized that at least they are coming up. The synergy is coming. More training, and they will get used to each other. It's just like the theater. Once you rehearse over time, then you get to know each other. You know that, when I get the ball, this person is going to move towards this direction. Then I can give him a pass for him to score the goal. So enough training and enough of these friendly matches will help them to get that energy and the synergy, so that when we get to the World Cup, we will perform.
Who is the best person to replace Otoado?
Who is the best person to replace?
The coach. We sacked Otoado. Who in your mind, or which coach do you think can best, be brought in to help the Black Stars as we go to the World Cup?
I don't have any name handy.
But you had names going around.
Yes. You see, coaching is a skill. Now, somebody is being let go. Somebody is going to come. He has taken the people up to a certain level. So if you come, you have to now come and study the people.
Start all over again.
Reshape them and build that synergy, energy level with them, and take them on. No matter the experience you have to now come and start. The coach that they have relieved of his post, if you ask me, I'm of the view that you should have been given a buffer.
They should have allowed him to stay?
Yeah, giving him a buffer so that he works with the buffer as a team, so that they all go in.
He's been recording poor results. We should have allowed him to stay on after all these, bad results we're recording.
I know of some players who never touch the ball for 90 minutes, but anybody touch on a good day, when they touch the ball, they score the goal.
So for you thought Otoado should have been allowed to remain?
Yes, it's just, to me, if you ask me, you should have been given a buffer so that he could go on.
It was harsh for us to sack him. I mean, the GFA, it was harsh for the GFA to have sacked him.
Oh, they have taken their decision.
Yeah.
I don't know what went into the decision.
But you are saying that it was...
If you ask me, yes.
Yeah. You would have been allowed to stay on after the World Cup. The decision will be taken.
Looking at the time between now and June.
June.
Yes. We are in March or April. Today is 1st April. Yeah. April Fool. So April, May, June. 2 months. Who is coming to build that synergy with them That you see, it's just like having a dog. You train the dog from infancy as a puppy. When the dog grows, you can't give it a new name. They only have 2 months to start the World Cup tournament.
Yeah.
Who will come and now know them? You see, sometimes the players, you have to know their psyche too. There are certain things you can't tell your players, certain things you can't ask them to do if you know their psyche. We will have that within 2 months, know the psyche of all the players and know what to do at a particular time. He has been with them at least for a while now.
Yeah.
So he knows the players. He can profile them and say this. Sometimes there are errors in our judgment. He can have this error in his judgment, but you don't use that and say, "Oh, go away." If they wanted to, they should have sacked him long ago.
A long time ago.
Not now. Yeah.
Talking about sport, the Youth Resource Center in Ho, what's the state of it?
That Youth Resource Center, I think it is last month. Stoneboy came to have a performance over there, but it was just like before then it was like they were rearing some animals there because it had become bushy, because it has been left there uncompleted. You see, if you are creating something and you're going to have an event, make sure you put the thing in the best of shape so that when you have the event, the thing stays. When we are going to host the 6 match there, they should have completed that whole youth center, but they did something to represent something, and that was all.
It's in a bad state.
It's in a bad state.
What are you doing about it as MP? What are you doing to help, bring it up to shape?
As MP, my duty is to lobby for them to come and complete it, which I'm doing. But there's no money sitting anywhere that I could say they will give to UMP. Go and pay the contractor. I know that if they pay the contractor, he will go on with the work.
Yeah.
It's payment that is outstanding. If they pay the contractor, he will go and he will complete it.
You have a lot of work to do. You know that.
Yes, mine is to lobby, driver of opportunities and development, and I'm lobbying.
Richmond, thank you very much for your time.
Most grateful.
Richmond Edem Kofi Kotosu is a member of parliament for the whole central constituency. My guest tonight on Point Blank on Eyewitness News. That came to you live from our studios here in Accra. My name is Sami Wiafi. Earlier you heard Fafa Melody. Show produced by Kwabna Wilson, Fred Tete Jabano, and Beverly London, as well as Juliana Odaming, with technical assistance from Desmond Nyakon. So we'll come your way again tomorrow. May the good Lord be with us all.